Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Masters of Evil podcast, episode 24. Coming at you, 24 episodes. We'd probably be on episode, 12 more than that. So 36 if we actually kept up doing this for the past 3 months. Hi, my name's Alan. I'm joined here by a bunch of dumbasses.
Those are facts. Facts.
Introduce yourselves, gentlemen, for all the people out there watching us. Oh, your volume's gone again.
Completely gone.
Nothing.
Nothing?
There it is. Yes,
Wow.
now you're good.
You can hear me?
Good. Yes.
Perfectly.
It's me, Tom. Hello, everyone. Hello out there, TV land.
Oh.
It's me, Tom.
I'm Tom too. It's true.
Tom
Is
2.
also Tom? Tom
Yeah.
2.
Also Tom.
Tom 2.2.
We back, baby. How's everybody doing? It's been
Chilling.
a while since we've done this.
Well, if you wouldn't have gone to prison.
I'm in prison still. Can you tell by the backdrop?
He's in the library of the prison now.
Yeah. The place with the least amount of bucks in the prison, the library. What's everybody been up to? How's everybody been doing?
Good overall, I guess. I'm still, as we were just saying a second ago, I still have not caught COVID yet, so that's great. Still buying books, give or take. Just got back from San Diego Comic-Con, so I may have COVID. I don't know yet. We'll find out in a couple more days.
I traveled for work last week, and it was like a lot of like going to bars, and I mean obviously a lot of work, and then going to bars and going to dinner at night and shit like that. And I'm just like, I tested a bunch of times and I didn't get it, but I'm over it. I had it all. My kids all had it. They're all vaccinated. My fears. I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm ready. I know. How about you, Alan? How you doing? God, you suck. All right,
I'm
moving
doing
on.
great. I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
That was good. You got me
Good,
there.
man. You got me that time. Good. So I figured like we could talk about a few things here. Like I've actually, interestingly enough, I've actually been reading quite a bit and like steadily since I moved out here, because like that transition of like killing my old pull list that I had for 10 plus years at the last shop and like finally getting able to like restart. I just started slow and like got a good amount of books that I was able to keep up with and just read every week. And I started to add in things that I dropped back to it. But I just figured like we could start talking about like any books we've been reading, anything that like we've been really loving. We're talking about Comic-Con, Tom, certainly like the ones you're going to coming up and SDCC. And I figured obviously we probably got to talk about like all these announcements with all these fucking movies and shows, and I don't know, I'm over it. So
Alan just went to a con too over the weekend.
oh, perfect.
Mike looks like he has a black girlfriend.
What?
I
What'd you
said
say?
Mike looks like he has a black girlfriend. It's like the
Yes,
haircut. It's like the haircut and the beard.
Oh
Right.
yeah, well, so yeah,
You
well,
look very Slim Shady right now.
Yeah,
I
I got a lot of white friends that have black girlfriends, and you got the haircut going on.
you know, I grew up in a place where the average person got a fade and a lineup down the road from where I grew up. So living in the city again, I found a really dope spot that's got a bunch of dudes that cut hair real well, and yeah, it's nice to get a good lineup.
I got me a black girlfriend.
I got me. Yeah, don't tell my wife about that. Though. She won't be happy about that. So, Jesus Christ, Alan.
Maybe
I'm also having an abortion right now too.
Yeah, you're gonna get hunted in the state you live in, so you better watch out saying shit like that.
Abortion.
Yeah, watch out. So here we are, just like we never skipped a beat, derailing conversations and pushing things along. So what tell me about what books have you guys been picking up books? I mean, Alan, I feel like you pick up like you're posting pictures of new books you're grabbing, like collections and shit all the time. Like, what do you do to grab all your collections? Like how do you hunt everything down? What's your steps?
I harass people
In person or on the interwebs?
on the internet. I find a lot of them from like Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like I went and saw like those Sandman books that I got. I haven't really posted anything on my comic book page in a while.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I didn't have any either. Yeah.
I picked up those Sandman books the first day I went out there, and then I went out there actually Saturday to look again. And there was some Sandman books that I saw the first time around that I didn't pick up.
So that's a collection that you already purchased from this guy, right? And he had
no. So it was a collection that this guy he had found it in a house when they were like cleaning out the house. And I tried to buy it all, but he wouldn't sell it all because his wife wanted to sell it individually for whatever reason. And then
she probably knows that's how you make the money off of it. You got to do the work.
But there was a guy there the second time that I went, and he said that he went the very first day the guy posted it, and he found like first Werewolf by Night, first Moon Knight, like all not for Werewolf by Night, first Moon Knight, like like a bunch of good shit. Like he found a bunch of good shit the very first day, and I was like, cool, man, that's awesome. Great. Piece of shit.
Do you yeah, it's getting harder and harder with this shit, right? Like it feels like everybody knows what they're talking about. I say that with air quotes because nobody really does. And like, man, I've been checking out a few places out here, and it's like sometimes it's pretty fun. Like I get the alerts from like estatesale.net. Have you ever checked that one out? That's pretty cool too. And like there's like Michigan is crazy. Like there are so many spots, but everybody like fucking like I found some shitty 70s Superman or Action Comics books rather, and like the person was like $25 each, and I'm like, why? Like explain to me why these deserve to be $25 each. They're like, well, I know that you guys come in here and buy these old comic books, and I'm just like, no, you don't even know what you're talking about. I think that's wild. So
I jerk off to these pictures. I don't even read. I can't read. I'm a fucking sexual deviant.
Jesus. Right. Something like that. Sounds about right. How about like how about any like modern, like are you guys picking up books from like the comic shop once a week or anything like that? Or
not me. I haven't read anything since we fucking last did the podcast.
I think that just means that we have to get back into doing this every week and actually reading books again. So you could start picking up books again.
I'm not gonna pick books up. I'm not picking up new shit anymore.
Well, so let's just do Alan's list. Let's make that the next whatever. Let's make that the next however many months. Just write a list of all the books you want to read that you've never read, and we'll read all those.
Well, I was going to say that we should. I was going to say we should read. Not read, but reread Sandman since the show's going to come out.
I've been doing that, and I will happily start over again. Like I've just reread a ton of shit, and Sandman. I read the first 4 on Comixology because it was so easy and quick, and I was like traveling, and I just fucking banged through it on there, in the airport and shit. Well, not bang through it. It's a long read, but
yeah. When you were like, "Yeah, I just went through it real quick," I'm like, "Fucker, that took me a long time."
No. It's one of those things where I go back and I'll reread pages over and over again. It's definitely was not real quick. But yeah, yeah, we should do that. What Tom? What have you been reading, man?
I'm trying to think. Currently, I just finally finished The Last Ronin, the TMNT series. And that was because I bought the hardcover when it finally came out, like a couple weeks ago, or maybe 1 week ago, or 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, one of those. And I like that a lot. But besides that, I picked up like 3 months worth of books, so I was kind of behind. So I've got like, what's that Remender book that you like?
Scumbag.
No, the other one. Righteous Thirst for Vengeance.
Yeah, the one with the dude who looks like Wong. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Like Benedict Wong. Yeah.
So I've got a lot of a stack of issues of that to get through.
Have you read any of it at all?
Just
So I'm-
2, I think.
Yeah. That book is pretty cool. And like it's very not Rick Remender. Like it is very artist driven. Like there's not a lot of words. There's not a lot of like wear your heart on your sleeve emotions. It's pretty it's got that brutal thing that he does a lot, but like it is not like it's very different than stuff. A lot of the panels a lot of it's silent. Like there's just no words to it. So it's interesting, and it I feel like it being I don't know, it's like almost 10 issues in. Like I still don't know what it is. Like it's
Right.
interesting, and I want to read it, and I still am just like I don't even know what's going on. Like things are just happening, when wild shit is happening, but like I just don't know what the fuck is going on.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's fun though. You should keep reading it. Have you read Jeff Lemire's new series, Little Monsters, about the little children vampires who live in the future apocalyptic world? And they've never
That's
tasted
the
human blood.
Dustin
Yeah.
Nguyen art, right?
Yeah, it's the two of them because they worked on Descender and Ascender together. And then they did this, which it feels like it's the same universe, but it's not. I don't know if it is or not, but there were vampires in that book. So I don't know. It could. I assume it's probably part of it, but it's like very, very set apart. It feels like. Yeah. What do you want to read, Alan? What books? If you could start writing a list of books, even like think about the books like that you've always like supposed to read. Like Sandman's one of them, right? One of those things that like maybe people always talk about that you never got to read. That you'd be like, this is what I want to read.
Well, I've read Sandman. I just want to read it again.
I know.
I actually picked up the trade the other day, and I actually really like. I was actually thinking about getting like in the fucking I think like at the beginning of each chapter, it has like the fucking little like line drawings. Like they have like these little.
What book is that you have? Which is that one of the volumes?
Like the little fucking these little I don't know what the fuck what is this game here? These little weird drawings in the front.
Yeah, like just his yeah.
There's one that I want to get actually tattooed on me. I think it's this one. So I have like not a ton of space. I really like this little guy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I think this is just volume 1. I think it's maybe like 1 through 4, I think.
I thought that I asked him what books he wants to read, and he's like, I want to get this tattooed. I love that. That's great.
Priorities, man.
Hey, I'm planning out. My left leg is totally undone, and so I have this urge. So I want to ask you guys a question. Okay, here's a good one. I want to do this like
Don't do it.
headshot, semi-realistic, like portraits of what I'm gonna call a scaled down version of the Justice League Dark, meaning like I want Swamp Thing, I want Deadman, I want Constantine, and I'm kind of I kind of want Intrican, but like, and I think that's where I'm at a stop. And I know there's others. There's a lot of different people, but I just like Phantom Stranger is definitely one of them because he was in the original Swamp Thing book, like that when they all showed up together. But so I'm kind of thinking like I want to almost go like not photorealistic, but like more realistic than
Do it big and start at the top of your fucking thigh and go all the way down your leg.
all the way down. God, that's a lot.
It's always be with fucking like the bigger the better, especially if you're.
I mean, that's how I've
get,
always.
if you're gonna try to get
everything.
if you're gonna try to get detail too, especially I would definitely do them bigger. I mean,
Yeah,
look at
because-
fucking Tom's Swamp Thing fucking tattoo on his whole back.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still so undone too. I'm so broke and lazy and don't want to fly to North Carolina.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like if I start it, like, yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure there's people in Michigan. I don't know.
Oh no, there's a. I started talking to someone already. There's a bunch of dope people around here. Like, Oh no, there's definitely there's so many options, too many options almost. It's not about that. Yeah, like my whole leg. I was thinking like I wanted to do. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about breaking it up and doing it in different spots because if I tried to do it all on my skinny ass chicken legs, it probably wouldn't do well just for the bottom. You know,
Do the whole fucking do your thigh all the way down.
maybe.
Do it.
So
Do it.
You have a lot of space, you know.
what was that, Tom? Oh,
I was saying if you get that thigh meat in there, then you'll have a lot more space instead of your bottom chicken legs, as you say.
yeah.
I cut my hair. You want to see my hair?
Yeah, let's see your hair. Let me guess. It's a mohawk. Oh, Jesus. Can you turn? No. Look towards look behind you. Yes. Yes. Hold on. I gotta. Oh my God. I'm gonna screenshot that later. I can't wait.
I was.
Let's do a time check here.
It was like the day before I went to Comic-Con in Dallas, and I was taking a shit, and I was like, man, I really want to shave my head, but I didn't want to shave all of my head. So I was like, I'll just shave half of my head and keep the back part of my hair. So it's like just party, no business, you know?
Yeah, just party, no business.
Got no time for business. It's all party. It's also just fucking like 105 degrees here all the fucking time. So
Yeah, but you're wearing a fucking Scully though. You're wearing.
I literally just got home and it's 65 degrees in my apartment. So who doesn't love a $400 fucking electric bill?
Yeah, this shit's wild, man. That shit's wild.
Global warming is fake.
What are the temps like in your place, Mike, right now outside?
It like right now it is 70 degrees outside and it's cool and nice and gorgeous, but the worst days are like 100 degrees and like 90 plus humidity. It is fucking brutal. It is a deadly type of heat that I've never felt a day in my life before. But it's not that hot all the time. Like normally it stays between like 70 and 80, and like very rarely it gets that hot. But when it does, it's fucking brutal. The humidity is brutal here, though,
Right.
which I know like everybody would kill for moisture. I know California would love to have that moisture, but it's better than being on fire, I guess. But
That's true.
I was just in Colorado for a week last week. Like I was in Denver and then went up to like Vail Mountain and I was out there for a while. And dude, that shit is wild. Like it's crazy. It's crazy how hot that heat feels. Like that dry 110 degrees sun on the back of your head is fucking brutal.
Yeah, I was in Arizona a couple of weekends ago, and it was 113 outside.
God damn it.
Super dry, just straight fucking sun melting your body. It was pretty crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
You don't like. Yeah, that's wild.
Fucking today, I hadn't done jiu-jitsu in like a couple weeks, and so I decided to do it today. And like whenever we train, there's no AC in the place, and the guy just leaves the front door open. Like he doesn't run the AC. Like he just wants you to fucking sweat your dick off. I almost passed out. I was like, I'm gonna fucking pass out. I had to like take my gi off, and I was just like sitting there, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking die. I'm going to fucking die.
It's got to be mad humid by you too, right?
Yeah, so it'll be like, let me see what today was. Today was
Tuesday.
Today was a high of 98.
Yeah, that's fucking brutal.
But like when it's 98, it feels like 100 and like 103 or 104 or something.
Yeah,
It's fucking
yeah.
stupid.
That's what it is here. It's like with the index of the however they measure it with the humidity. It was like around 100 for us, but it was like really like I don't know 90 or less. But
And then we got like a fucking second of rain, and then it got just fucking crazy more humid like right after that.
Yeah, that's what we get.
And it's great wearing glasses because I'll fucking like I was inside the shop and I walk outside to smoke a cigarette and my fucking glasses just fog up and I'm like, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah, that happens to everybody who works in a kitchen too, going in and out of the refrigerator. All right, so yeah. let's talk about Comic Cons. Like what? I haven't been to anything, man. And fuck, I was supposed to go. I was going to go to Motor City. I just couldn't make it swing. I couldn't swing it. And then, I mean, obviously, I wanted to go to C2E2. Not going to that upcoming. And then there's Baltimore's coming up after that, and I have a work thing that I got to go, and so I'm not going to that now either. So I haven't gone to a con in. Well, that's a lie. I went to Grand Rapids Con, which was horrible. It was like Anime Con with like shitty prints and a few comic people. Although I did get that Adam Strange commission from Jolly, but that was pretty dope. So what cons have you guys been going to? Where did you end up, Alan? You just went to a con recently?
So there was like a local one at in Houston, which was fucking trash. It was like, I think for the day ticket with tax for one day, it was $85.
Oh shit!
Parking
That's
was $40 for parking.
Wow. What?
Not a lot of comic vendors. Not really a lot of comic vendors. It's more of a like.
What was the name of the con? What was the name of the con? What was
it's called Comic Palooza. It's like what? So we have it every year in Houston. It's fucking trash. It just gets worse and worse. I mean, they did have Jock there. It's probably like the biggest comic person they had. Everyone else was kind of like, eh. And then everyone like drops out the day of the show, like almost like the day before the show. Like I think Homelander was supposed to be there. Homelander dropped out. Like another chick from The Boys was supposed to be there, and she dropped out. Like it's more of a celebrity type thing because they feel like more people are going to come to the show for celebrities. Like there was some decent. Like I think I bought 5
probably
books.
right about that. Unfortunately, that's the shitty part.
I literally bought 5 books and they were all like dollar books. And I was just like, cool, I'm going to fucking go home. This is a waste of my time. And I went home. But I went to a show in Dallas a couple, like I think like 2 months ago or something. And it's called Dallas Fan Expo. I guess it's like Fan Expo and they have it like everywhere, I'm guessing. But we just had it in Dallas. And then
I used to go to Boston Fan Expo.
It's actually pretty good. We found this guy. I have a buddy that owns like a little eBay comic store out here by me. And me and him went, and there was a guy who had just picked up a big collection, like an older guy, and he didn't know what anything was. And he was just kind of like letting us pick piles. And he was like, well, give me $400 for this pile. And I'm like, do you like $300, $200? And there was just a lot of haggling, but my buddy ended up spending a ton of money because he was like a doctor. He did like facial reconstructive surgery and then fucking bought into like one of his buddies, like I guess like practices or whatever. And now he just runs a comic book thing and spends tons of money on fucking comic books. And I was like, I can't spend money like that, bro. I got fucking rent and child support. I can't spend, $4,000 at a fucking comic show.
Yeah. Well, that's
He was trying to get me. I guess he got like tickets to C2E2, and he's like, "Hey, you want to go with me?" And I'm like, "When the fuck is it?" He's like, "Oh, it's like in August." And I said, "No, I would love to go." He's like, "I have another ticket," and I was like, "Yeah, but then I have to buy a fucking plane ticket. Like, I can't afford to fucking buy a plane ticket right now." I took like a whole week off of work. I think isn't it next weekend maybe?
So it's not this coming weekend, but
it's the weekend after next.
Weekend. It's the first weekend of August.
Yeah. I would love to go, but I also hate flying. I don't want. I can only imagine how much of a fucking how much a plane ticket costs there from here.
It's dumb stupid.
Well, I think Ricky is driving from Shreveport or wherever he's from in Louisiana all the way to Dallas to fly out because it was like $300 cheaper than flying from his house.
And then he's got to pay to park a car there, so that's stupid. Stupid that's so expensive.
I'm doing virtually the same thing because I'm saving over $300 by driving 3 hours to fly out of Las Vegas than I am to stay at my own or fly anywhere near my own house. But I'm going to drop my car off at a friend's house in Las Vegas, so that'll save that money.
Yeah. Yeah, and just to clarify, I meant like it's stupid how expensive it is what I meant to say. Like it's just fucking ridiculous. But yeah, well, so how was how was San Diego Comic Con?
Was the same as always, give or take.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It didn't feel super different. There was obviously some big differences. Dark Horse wasn't there. DC Warner Brothers wasn't there. You know, they came and announced something in Hall H, but they didn't have a booth this year.
Yeah, because they're all doing their individual stuff, right?
Yeah, Skybound didn't have a booth this year. Image did, but Skybound didn't. And normally they have almost the exact same size of a booth, like right next to each other. And so that didn't happen this year. A few things, like I said, a few things were different, but otherwise it felt pretty much the same, just that you had to wear a mask while you were shoulder to shoulder with people.
Fuck that.
So were they
yeah,
okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Whatever.
No, I was going to say it's not super bad until you get to like the middle, because there's 3 places that you can walk to get to either side of the show. You've got your middle, and you've got the right side and the left side.
Yeah.
You walk through the middle, you're going to walk through the Star Wars booth, you're going to walk through the Marvel booth, you're going to walk through like the big TV kind of like FX, and Netflix had a table, and Toddland, which is like Bob's Burgers and Family Guy and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So if you walk through that area, you're shoulder to shoulder trying to get through it. It's garbage, utter garbage. So walk the walls, stay on the walls, and you can walk around those things, and it's no big deal. If you want to see them, then you're just going to have to deal with it. But otherwise, you can walk around it, and it's not super, super terrible.
It's all about exclusives at San Diego Comic Con, though.
Yeah,
realistically, yeah. And my buddies are, you know, his whole business is eBay and reselling and things like that. Buys collections all the time, and like that's all he does. And so he did some of that this year, but not a ton. He kind of backed off and was like, you know what, I just want to have fun and hang out with my friends. I'll do Funko. And so he did Funko. He bought one of everything when he went down to Funko. And he said that literally the Funko sales paid for his entire trip for him and his wife to go to Comic-Con. That means their badges were taken care of the whole time. Their hotel was taken care of the whole time. Their food the entire time was all taken care of because of Funko sales. And the most ridiculous part about the exclusives for Funko this year is all of them exist already, but they have a SDCC sticker on them.
Yeah, of course.
The figures are literally not different. You can buy them already, but they don't have an exclusive sticker, and that's where all the money came from.
What were some of them? Like which ones? Like
I honestly don't remember. I remember one Transformers one, the yellow one that had like the wings and stuff. He's like a newer dude.
Bumbledick?
No, not that one. But yeah, I honestly don't. I didn't even go into that area because there was no reason for me to be over there.
So if like all these other, like if Skybound and DC and Dark Horse and all these other places weren't there, like was it just like a smaller footprint, or like what was taking up all this other space? Like was it just more bullshit, or like?
Yeah, like Netflix doesn't normally have a booth, and so they had a pretty decent sized one this year. There was a booth for the Evil Dead video game, which has never been there before, which was cool because I got to meet Ted Raimi while that was
I
over
saw
there.
Yeah, I saw that picture.
So that was super, super fun. He was a really fucking nice guy. So like that was a new booth. There was a few newer ones that kind of filled in the space. You just didn't have ones that pulled as many people to make those spaces as annoying, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, Dark Horse is never super nuts. You know, the way they have their booth is like kind of like a horseshoe, and all of their signings take place on the inside of the horseshoe. So all the lines and stuff like that for Dark Horse would kind of wrap the inside and around the outside if it got that long. So it never affected the walkways and stuff like that. So that wasn't a big deal. DC, their booth was big enough to where you could walk inside of it and look at things, and they had statues and, you know, clothing from movies and that kind of thing. So it kind of goes back and forth, but it didn't seem that much different without them being there, people wise.
Yeah, well, that's like
Mike, how high are you, bro?
Oh, I'm not at all. No, I'm
Oh.
exhausted.
Do you have
I'm
pink
tired
eye?
as fuck. No, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I was up at 5 a.m. I wake up early every morning and I don't get much sleep and I work a lot and I'm exhausted.
We're
But-
sorry for keeping you up.
No. No. Trust me, I don't sleep anything. No, I'm not at all. Actually, this is
If
This is
anybody wanted to do the podcast, it's Mike.
I did. Yeah, I was the first one. I texted you all saying I wanted
Anytime I bring it up, Mike's like, "We have to do it.
Yeah,
Dude,
I do.
We have to do it now."
I want to.
It's like the one thing Mike has to look forward to in life. He's like,
No,
fuck my kids, fuck my wife. I'm ready to do the podcast. Everything else is meaningless.
No.
He just says that because he like just deal with it.
No, I know.
Job today. But I actually went to Tom made me go to this little horror festival that we have in Texas, Houston.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
Yeah, but I'm kind of have to talk to you because Tom already knows that I went. It doesn't make any sense for me to tell Tom that something he already knows. Jesus.
All right. Well, I'm gonna talk about stuff that I bought at Comic-Con then before you get into that.
I wonder if I should grab some stuff that I bought.
Yeah, do it.
Well, I'll wait till Mike comes back, so you're not just by yourself.
Hello, no one watching. This is what I bought.
Did you see that they're gonna make? I just saw you flash the goon. They're gonna make a fucking. Is it an animated TV show?
It is an animated. It's an animated movie that's going to Netflix. It was up in the air for like fucking years. Like I think it's been a good 6 years or so when they first talked about it. And I want to say they even did like a Kickstarter kind of situation, which is a kind of a bummer because nothing ever came out of that. So I don't really know how that all ended up, where that went and stuff. So that's kind of scary. But yeah, it's pretty exciting that it's actually like purchased onto a platform of some sort now.
And Netflix is pretty decent with shit like that.
Yeah, and and it's I want to say the same director or the same producer that is doing the Love and Rockets, the Love and Robots TV shows is the one who's like helming this.
That's good because I actually I don't know if I picked this up, the Deathclaw versus the Goon, when I was in Mississippi, the worst fucking place to be in the whole wide world.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, there's like
Eric Bell's a super cool dude. I took him so I've got those like oversized hardcovers of the Goon, and there's five volumes of it, and I took him 4 of them, and I had to carry them. They're just fucking massive. Excuse me, and he stopped everything he was doing and drew like a little Goon head sketch in every single one of them and stuff. Super cool dude. And I ended up like walking away with this ridiculous stack of his books. Nice. Because he, when I walked up, he was like, "Oh," his wife looked at me and she's like, "Yeah," because it was Sunday, and she's like, "Everything is buy one get one," and I was like, "Oh, all right." So I walked away with $75 worth of Eric Powell trades that day.
You walked away like a goon.
Yes,
like a goon.
Like a goon, and I walked away with money without money.
Goon. All right, show your stuff. I'm gonna grab some stuff.
Okay, he's gonna grab stuff. So
that's what I've been picking up too as well. So
did that. Lots of Albatross funny books. Awesome. Support Eric Powell and his publishing company.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I took my first hardcover of Usagi and Stan Sakai signed that and did a little sketch in there. That was super cool. Even though he was charging $20 a signature, and then another $20 for like a bust sketch like this. I walked up there and told him that my comic shop owner turned me on to his work, and he and my friend Ambrose are friends. And so I was like, "Oh, I know Ambrose," and just started drawing instantly. And I was like, "Fuck yeah." That's awesome. Name drop, kids.
Yeah.
This fantastic book is by a good friend of mine named Tony Brown. You can find him on Instagram and all kinds of other stuff. This is his own like published fantastic trade. The storyline is nuts. So much of the art is so cool. There we go. Tons of great watercolor pages. There's some really amazing pen and ink pages that they can't be beat. You can find him on Instagram. Please do buy everything he does. It's
super watercolor stuff looks dope. Yeah,
that's so awesome. Cool, dude. And he was telling me like one of the characters in here kind of goes through almost like a multiverse kind of situation, and he meets a person named Thomas Hewitt, which if you're a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan, you might connect those two.
Texas sucks.
Cool. And speaking of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I bought this as well while I was there. This is a cool magazine. I bought this for my friend Chris Sapp. He runs a booth called Atomic Music and Records or something like that. There are tons of different cons, but found that's super cool. I bought 2, as I was trying to say earlier, Love and Rockets trades because those bastard Hernandez brothers do some really great stuff. So I bought those. Those are the what's that place called? Fantagraphics is releasing those, and it's super cool. And then the last thing that I got was this,
nice.
Which is a canvas print from William Stout of the character Peace from Wizards. If you've never seen Wizards, it's a Ralph. What's his name? Ralph Belaski. I don't know how to say his last name. He did like Fritz the Cat and this, and he did Cool World, I believe, as well.
Okay.
Super crazy animated movie, very much like in that Frazetta kind of animation style. Like
that's exactly what it looked like to me. It looked like Death Dealer. That looks like. Can you hold that up again? Because it looks like it looks like a cover swipe of Death Dealer. That's exactly
100%.
what. Yeah, that is definitely Death Dealer.
Yeah, so go watch Wizards. It's got some crazy like real life Hitler footage because like if you go to IMDb, Adolf Hitler is listed as a character because he's actually in it because they use like archival war footage and put it over like this animated war. So there's like actual tanks on top of all these drawings. It's super crazy, super cool. Take some fun things and then watch it. It's really neat. So I think that's it. Alan, go.
Show you what I got. So when I went to Dallas, I mean, I got a bunch of books, but I mean, like the book that I'm most stoked about, I got this Hobgoblin book.
Oh yeah, nice.
And I had actually never owned this book, and so whenever you open the book, there's
you gotta look for the tattoos.
Well, see, I didn't know where the tattoos were, and there's like a little thing right here in the front that says "Look for free tattoos samples in this issue." And I thought it was supposed to be attached right here because it looks like there was something attached, and I was like, "Fuck, the tattoos are gone." But if you actually like flip it,
it's an insert.
Yeah, it's like towards the back. And I was like, I kept saying the whole con. I kept telling my buddy, I was like, I'm so fucking pissed off that I bought this book and I didn't even open it because it was just one of those like you don't want to like let the person know who's selling them that you're too stoked on the fucking book because they're gonna charge you more. And so I was just picking books and putting them in a pile, and I didn't even think to open it. And then Glenn was at the Dallas show, and I had him sign my Preacher 1.
Fuck yeah.
That's awesome.
What's crazy is like there's like a little spot. I mean, he was literally doing signatures for like $5 or something. Like it was like, and no one was there. It was just like, okay. But like what was funny is I had never seen him before, and he's like a weird looking fucking dude. And he's fucking super weird looking. And you can go like there's like a little part outside where everyone was smoking, and as I was coming in from smoking, he was going out, and he was just like holding the door awkwardly, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?" And then it turned out to be Glenn. So, and then I got this book. I had sold my original. I think I had like a 3.0, but it was a green label, and there was like a booth. Like I get to the point like wherever I've hunted for everything, and I'm like, what else can I buy? I'm still here, and there was a booth that had that book, and the guy told me that he would knock $200 off if I paid cash, so I had to buy it, and then I've always wanted this book.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
And so
she's like one of the Marvel characters that like they're not so obscure anymore, but like one of the newer Marvel characters I actually enjoy. I think that's a great pickup. I like that.
Well, I also feel like moving forward, like unless which I think it'll be really hard to recast fucking Hugh Jackman, and
yeah.
Hugh Jackman. The strongest Jew you've ever seen in your life, Jew. No, but it would be
jacked man.
I mean,
so hard.
The only person I can see, like they were talking about fucking recasting him with Daniel Radcliffe, which I was like, that's fucking that's horrible. I can see fucking Carl Urban playing fucking Wolverine. He looks he has the look.
Probably too old at this point, right?
Oh no, yeah. I think they interviewed him, and someone had brought it up, and he was like, "I'm too old to do that," because he's like what 40 something, like late 40s. But I think if they
go ahead.
Well, like you know, right now Marvel's very like woman power shit going on. I feel like if they do move forward, I cannot talk today. Move forward with fucking doing another Wolverine. They've already introduced her in fucking Logan, and she was fucking like, you know, it was a hit. Her character was a hit, so why not just go forward with her being Wolverine?
Yeah, I agree, and also just do something different, right? Like I to be honest with you, like I love Wolverine, like he's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
and I love Hugh Jackman, and I love Logan is one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. Like I fucking love that movie.
It's a good movie.
But I'm done. Like I just don't like. I don't care about Wolverine anymore. Like I don't even care. Like I don't even want the X-Men to be like. I want the X-Men to be like the original X-Men. I want it to be like Beast, fucking Cyclops, Jean Grey, and what's his fucking name? Angel,
Iceman,
and Iceman. Yeah,
it's the Iceman, Paul Wall.
Yeah, Paul Wall.
Paul Wall, Iceman.
Yeah, Paul Wall with the grill. Like, I don't know. I just don't like. I want to see. Like, everybody gets so pissed. I mean, I guess we could start talking about like. Oh no, actually, I got books to show you real quick, but
I don't want to see them. Let's move on.
Yeah, I don't think anybody likes these books. Apparently,
is anybody even watching right now?
Apparently, oh yeah. Well, there's 2 people watching. My guess is it's 2 people, and
so it's one person watching on 2 different devices.
It's the same 2 people is what I meant to say. What I meant, but one of them is I actually did double join here for a second, because I would like when I left. I had to join back in, and it was on 2 of my browsers, and
one of them is Mike. One of the people watching.
No, I think it's
Mike.
What I meant to say was I think it's the same 2 people that always watch us, anyways. But
it's probably Rob. He's gonna run to fucking Aaron and say some crazy shit about, you know, they fucking are talking shit about the club.
So
this fucking band of misfits, I can't believe it. These guys are fucking horrible.
So I'll show you what I so I was walking around at like this what are they called, the like antique mall places where like they got like all the different vendors through it and like just tons of like comic books and then stuff. Then there's like magazines, which, you know, I there's some stuff out there that are like some of this is older and some is new, and I saw
going out.
Am I dying here?
On my screen, you're freezing.
You're back.
me a second.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. They're fucking cutting off fucking
back.
internet time. They're
Can you
cutting
hear
off
me now?
internet. They're cutting off internet time in the prison.
Lights out.
He doesn't get fucking. He doesn't get good Wi-Fi in the basement of his fucking house.
Right.
That definitely looks like a like. Have you seen this man?
Because it's always a photo like where they were caught off guard.
Yeah.
They didn't use a photo that was, professionally taken or taken at the family function or something. It's always one where they were doing something.
Yeah.
And they slap that on a fucking milk carton.
You're like, maybe I know this guy, but I don't know because the face is blurry.
There he is.
I'm back. Can you hear me? All right. So
Dude.
I was at one of those places and I found a stack of magazines and I seen this thing. I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
nice.
that's pretty cool. And
Is that,
so I
his
picked it
first
up.
cover, huh?
No. This is This is like one of the specials. This is like an older one, or like a later one in the.
Doesn't his first cover have him on the cover like that?
It is certainly not this one. No, this is like the mag. This is a magazine. This is like, yeah, no, this is not a first print anything. This is nothing big. But I saw it and I picked it up. I was like, oh, and then I started looking under it, and then, and this was a while ago, and then I started picking, and I found a stack subsequently under that of Warrior mags, and I have stacks of them. I've got lots of them, and Warrior mag #1.
That's a pretty one.
And
Fucking nuts itch.
it's it's not in great great condition, but and I also did not pay $7 from it, despite what it says. So I won't lie about that. And this guy definitely, like, he understood like what he had, and we talked through it and whatever. And but I did not pay that book right now, and I actually have a shittier copy of this. But it's the only one that I have because I just bought it because it is the first appearance of V for Vendetta and Marvel Man as well. It's not really the first appearance of Marvel Man. It's the first time that Alan Moore wrote Marvel Man and brought him back from, I guess, the 40s or 50s, whenever they stopped writing it. I'm not sure. But so it's pretty cool. Like, it's just like comic game is real around. Like, I just, like, there's so much in this fucking state, and like there's a lot of people out there that know a lot about comics, and it was fun to find these. And all the other Warrior books I got pretty cheap. The art in this, man, Gary Leach is just such a fucking G, man. Like, I forgot how amazing he is, and I had never read this stuff. Like, I've read Miracle Man late in knowing about when reading comic books, just because like I had read all the traditional Alan Moore stuff, and I'm like, what else has this guy done? And that's one of the things that I started reading. But I read like the recolored Marvel edition of Marvel Man, Miracle Man. And, this stuff is all like the super OG. Like, there's this one, like all the black and white stuff, and then you pull over to Alan Davis was doing some of it, and then God, what the fuck's his name from Swamp Thing? Starts with the artist. No, before that with the T. After rather with the Tolenberg, yeah.
Tolkien?
A bunch of it as well.
Yeah.
Well, no, not Tolkien. So it's just cool stuff. Like,
Lord of the Rings?
I've been reading through this stuff, and some of the other
Lord of the Rings.
some of the other books, like
It's me, the
Axel
Lord
Press
of the
Book,
Rings.
is wild.
It's me, the Lord
The Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Hey, pull it up. We're gonna this is the segment where we watch movie trailers.
Oh, God. What movie trailer are you talking about?
We're gonna watch Black Panther movie trailer. Did you watch it yet, Tom?
Oh, man.
We watched it in the hotel while we were down there for San Diego because it, came out while we were still there.
Yeah. What'd you think?
My buddy cried like as it
Did he
happened.
cry?
And I gave him shit, and then I watched it again, and I was like, okay, I get it. I'm sorry.
I'm also gonna cry.
Yeah.
It looks good. I mean, I hope it's good.
It honestly looks like the best Marvel movie we've gotten in a while.
Yeah. What?
What?
What do you think? Like, who do you think is going to be? Hold on.
Shuri, I think, is where everyone's leaning.
I keep hearing that people are thinking that they're gonna bring Killmonger back.
That would be interesting. I don't know how they would, but it'd be interesting to see them pull that off.
Well, I watched a thing the other day, and it was like a theory about it. And in the first Black Panther movie, where he tells him to toss him to the sea or whatever, toss him into the sea. And now we get Namor. Namor's gonna bring him back, and there's like a part where they show like it looks like his Black Panther suit. Whenever he was the Black Panther, and it's like a Kendrick Lamar song, and it says like "When I Wake Up," and you see him do the claws. So everyone thinks that, well, not everyone, but this guy's theory is that maybe Killmonger's like maybe Shuri went to Killmonger for, I guess, something, or in the spirit realm or some shit. I don't know why she would, but I mean, who knows?
Interesting.
I watched the trailer the other day, like again, and like I keep seeing or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was on like Facebook, and everyone's like, "Why don't they recast him? Why don't they recast him? They should recast him." I'm like, you can't really recast that character. Like, he was Black Panther. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like he was just Black Panther in his own movie. He was, he was in Civil War. Was it Winter Soldier? He was in also.
Yeah,
and then in Infinity War and Endgame. So I mean, he was in a lot of the movies, and it'd be kind of weird if it was just somebody else playing him now. Like, and that's kind of how the mantle of Black Panther goes. Like, they pass it on. Like, he's dead. Why not?
Yeah, no, I definitely I agree with all that. Like, I think like I just like. Am I missing something where like they say there's going to be a funeral or whatever, and like all this other stuff, and like
it looks kind of like it, like when they're all dressed.
No, but like, yeah, you said that there's going to be a funeral, like, which I agree with that, but like they're grieving, but like what? He hasn't died in the movies, so like what? Like, how are they going to make up for that, right? Like, or am I missing something? I just don't know. Like, I honestly don't remember. So, like, is there something I'm missing? Because, like, how are they going to explain that he's dead and they have to turn the mantle over? That's what I just don't understand. Like, I get the perspective where people are like, just pretend it's like, put a new person in and just keep going, right? Like, because there's so many things that have done that. And there's so many things where the second person becomes the, like, titular person, Like,
look at War Machine, fucking, they replaced him.
Yeah, but even, I mean, like, in like major like things, like how many major sitcoms started with some random person being like in the first 3 episodes, and then like it switched to somebody else, right? Like, think about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like, I only think about it with Frank in it, but like Frank wasn't in it until like, like, so I just like, I get both sides of it, but I just feel like, man, they have to nail this, or else I'm just going to be like, this was like, I'm excited for it. And it looks like fucking awesome, but it seems really weird. Like, I just don't understand what they're going to do to tie this all in a knot.
There's a strong possibility that his death will be like in costume, and you won't have
that'd be the best way to do it. I think
you can do it. Anyone could be in it, and it could happen, and it could be the first 20 minutes of the movie. And
Kill 'em
they're
off.
trying showing any of that in the trailer. You know what I mean? Because I feel like they would have to do something to that extent instead of just referencing like, oh, he died on a mission and having no visuals of that
He's dead.
whatsoever. You know what I mean? Because that's a kind of a cop out, I think.
Yeah, I
What
was
happened to
kind of thinking
T'Challa?
like, is there going to be like a multiverse thing that might come in here? Like I don't know. Like, I feel like this is where we're at with these movies. Is like the first 20 minutes of every movie is explaining how it connects to every other movie. Where like the last Marvel movies, like or whatever, like we'll say pre-Endgame, all those movies were never like explaining how they fit in. They just kind of fit in, like sure there was like callbacks and like references and all this other shit. Like of course there was continuity between them, but like they didn't like these movies are just like first 20 minutes, it's like a fucking like it's like a last week on, you know what I mean? Like that's what it feels like. And it's just like this is not what I want. Like I don't want 20 minutes of you explaining, well, when Doctor Strange and Wanda did this and then the Black Panther fell into a hole and broke his ankle and now he's dead and like here we are, like it seems so forced.
I think they're too worried at this point because there is so much backstory with all of these movies that they have to do something like that. Because then you get people that go into like watching Doctor Strange that have no idea what Wanda's doing, why she's so mad and this and that. And it's like, oh, because you didn't watch this TV show that exists on a streaming service that you may not have at all. And so I think they're kind of covering their own ass by filling in those gaps and stuff like that for people that may just be going in blind to a movie,
Yeah. And this isn't made for like the people like us who like think about this stuff. So and which am I saying? Like I agree with that. Like that's pretty cool. Like that would be fun. Like fun. Yeah. Watching him die would be fun. No, like I mean like it would be I think there's a way to do it. Like if there's anyone who's going to do it, I would imagine Kevin Feige and like these people can make it happen and make it make sense. I don't know. I think I'm just more pissed off that it has to be this way than anything else. I don't think I would like
options there.
Kill. Yeah, no.
Well, if you wouldn't have killed Chadwick Boseman and landed yourself in prison, then we would still have him as the Black Panther.
How dare you give him cancer somehow?
Yeah, the cancerist. That's my superpower. Let's say what are like out of all these movies that have been announced, like Black Panther is definitely one that
I'm just ready to see Blade, bro. I'm ready to see Blade.
So what's the one that you're most excited for? Blade? Why Blade specifically?
I'm so used to seeing Wesley Snipes as Blade. He was Blade.
Are you expecting it to be horrible, or are you excited?
I don't know. I like the guy that I can't remember his name.
Yeah, Mahershala Ali, I think.
Yeah, he's a great actor. He's a great actor. I just it's one of those when you're so used to see. I mean, like whenever fucking. Then why did you kill him? Why did you kill him then? Why did you help Mike kill him?
So Blade.
I don't know. I really think Ant-Man's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Paul Rudd's great. I love Paul Rudd.
I'm just ready to see Kang some more. I feel like they've.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've seen anything about Kang, so it's like, what's going on with Kang?
Yeah, we got that a whole lot. And they were like, here it is. Here's the guy. Or at least that's what we all assumed because of how much we got. And then it just nothing.
Yeah. I'm excited that that Kang is the focus. Like, the one thing I'll say is like, I hope like Dr. Doom isn't a throwaway in all of this. Like if they're going to do
I saw a thing.
Go ahead.
I saw a thing that was like I guess like a leaked plot for Black Panther, and they are gonna have the extra credit scene is gonna be Dr. Doom, but it's not gonna be the actual actor that they have, but it's just gonna be him in the suit. So maybe. I mean, I think it'd be kind of dumb if they're gonna go for because I don't think we even get anything for Kang until Phase 6?
Well, I mean,
Too far.
my assumption is that we see my assumption is that we see Kang. I mean, we've already got him in some manner, right, with Loki. So my assumption is like Thanos, he's seeded throughout all of
Yeah,
these
yeah.
movies, and then Avengers: Dynasty of Kang is probably the the climax, and then you have what was the other one, Secret Wars. Like, so this is like that's crazy, right? Like, how do you follow up Dynasty of Kang and then go directly into the Beyonder and Secret Wars right after that? Like,
In the same year.
wild. That is crazy. So like my assumption is maybe Kang is the one that's doing like the Secret Wars bullshit. It's not like maybe he's playing the games, maybe he's doing whatever this war is, rather than it be the Beyonder. Because that just, I mean, I guess it could happen, but like that would be crazy if we spend like Doctor Doom, Kang, and the Beyonder, and all of those storylines in one like fell swoop. That's quite a bit, but yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of, I know there's a comment that popped up. The rumors, I don't know how much of it is a rumor or true,
This
but
one,
we're getting
I heard
Homelander
about it.
playing Dracula in Blade.
That'd be great.
I mean, I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah,
I don't know that I believe that because I saw it on Twitter, but it's a great idea.
I'd watch it.
I love seeing, I love seeing people cast. Like the fan castings are always the best. Like they always are like spot on for me. So I love it, but I just don't know how much like weight it actually holds.
He's a great actor.
Yeah, absolutely. I have no idea what any of that means.
She's like one of the fucking his like little security ladies.
Yeah, but I don't.
Their security-
Yeah. Is it the one? Is that the one that he? No, that's not like the one. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
They're like called John Mustard or something. The Doja Minaj
Anika.
or Nicki Minaj. I can't remember what they're
Well,
called.
I know the one chick that's always with him.
Yeah, from fucking Michonne from Walking Dead.
the Nicki Minaj.
the Nicki Minaj, the Royal Guard of the Black Panther. The Nicki
I have
Minaj.
no idea what you're talking about.
That's the funniest thing you've ever said.
They're fucking called something. They're called like the Doja something, Doja Cat.
Yeah, I
don't know
know.
what they're called.
I'm never gonna refer to them in any other way
The
except for
Nicki Minaj, the Royal Guards of fucking the Black Panther.
Oh, you're talking about Black Panther. I thought you were talking about. Oh,
No,
okay.
that's what he's talking about. He's talking about she's in
I
the
see.
Black
Yeah.
Panther movie.
She's the combat instructor from the Doom War. Okay, I saw the word Doom, and I'm like thinking, like you were saying, it's Doom that woman's that showed up as Doom's like,
Man,
whatever, like the person from Liberia.
knowing
that
Marvel,
has
they
with
might
him.
cast a woman to play Doctor Doom. We might get fucking what is it? A woman Taskmaster like Black Widow.
If it's good, who cares? Like, do you care about like Doctor Doom with his mask off, or like Doctor Doom in his garb with his fucking mask on? Like, I don't.
I mean,
care. Like, I
if
just
they
want
cast
a good movie.
if they cast her as a woman, or they cast him as a
My
woman,
problem.
I want fucking
my
like
prob-
torpedo fucking metal titties on the suit. You know, like the fucking torpedo, like the
that'd be sweet.
50s.
I'd take Bill Skarsgård as Doom.
No, I wouldn't do that.
It's so pretty, though, right?
I can see his brother. I can see his brother doing it.
The older one?
Yeah, the one I did Northman.
Yeah.
I could see him maybe. I don't know.
Eric Northman.
I just got the,
Aren't they
the
both pretty though?
soundtrack on vinyl in the mail today.
Yeah, they're both pretty dudes.
It's true.
That's what happens when the
Swedish.
yeah. I mean, what can you name right now? An ugly Swedish man?
I was gonna name another Skarsgård.
Yeah, they're all fucking just handsome fellas. They're all handsome.
Yeah.
The Skarsgård that played the scientist in all the Thor's movies, that would be really funny to see him turn into like Doom or something like that. He's old as all shit, but like it'd be
Yeah.
really funny to see him this entire time and then him like go crazy as this smart ass dude and become Doom.
And I'm sure as a young
Yeah,
man,
like-
he was probably really handsome.
There is, yeah. I mean, there is also like there's a direct thing here where like you have like a couple things could happen, right? If you have Secret War happening, you have Kang. Kang wasn't in Secret War, but Doom was, right? He took the Beyonders' powers. So you could have a thing where maybe, because like if you look at Marvel right now, Doom has been like kind of like this anti-hero almost, like where he's like showing up as like a like he's like an anti-hero. So he's not the protagonist anymore or the antagonist anymore. He's the protagonist now, right? So like maybe there's a world where this actor is like like the newer Doom, that's like the one who doesn't wear the mask all the time and becomes just like super smart and like is, they weigh in on like he's as smart as Tony Stark and he's got magic and like all this other shit. And so like I'm thinking like maybe Kang's the bad guy and they have the Secret War. Maybe Doom's not necessarily a bad guy.
No,
That would be
no.
interesting.
I'd hate it.
I'm not saying
No.
I mean,
I would never
agree with
watch
that, but
another Marvel anything ever again if they did that.
Really, you feel that strongly, obviously.
Well, that's like what Sony's doing with Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah, pull the Magneto. Absolutely. Yeah, this is what everybody does. Like, it's just, I mean, this is not new to Doctor Doom, though, also because, like, Doom has worked with the Fantastic Four even in the 70s and the 80s to, like, fix shit. So this is not new. It's not new to anything, but they're just back in that realm of, like, Doctor Doom being, like, that anti-hero person.
Don't want it. Don't want it.
Yeah.
I think I'm really excited about them doing the.
People are complex, Alan. Get over it.
Nope, not in my world. not when I'm hanging out with Nicki Minaj from fucking Black Panther.
The Nicki Minaj trois.
I'm excited about the what is it, the 18 episode Daredevil.
Damn right.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that is wild. Yeah, Born Again too. So like. Yeah,
that storyline is fucking nuts, and Disney could never do that storyline. But
yeah, no,
it'd be cool to see what they can pull off.
Yeah, the way they line it up, though, right? Like he is born, like the series is Born Again, and they use the Born Again thing. Like it's smart, and like I like it. I think it's cool. Like 18 episodes. Like he made sure to say that, like 18 episodes. Like what are they gonna do with that? Like. Do you think we get like so? Go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say all I want is the yellow and red costume. I don't care about anything else.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Is that what you're talking about?
What about the DD suit debut? I don't know what debut did they put out. Was it the yellow one?
There was a quick little thing at the end of the She-Hulk trailer where he shows up on the roof, but you only see like a little section of his body. And
it was
some
a black
people
suit.
are pointing out that it looks like the yellow and red suit, but it's kind of hard. It's all like diluted colors and stuff, so I'm not really sure. But that's the only one I would prefer, so we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even watch that new trailer, to be honest with you.
I'm not looking forward to the She-Hulk thing.
It
It
looks better than the first go round, not a ton, but it does. And I'm gonna watch it just like all the other ones, just to see where it ends up. So
yeah, I agree. I mean, we live in this realm where like everybody still has like, oh, everything's got to be the best. And it's like, or it could just be fun and entertaining, and like you could just get over yourself. Like it's not that big of a deal.
I think Mike's talking that shit because he's sitting in a fucking She-Hulk chair right now.
No, I don't care about the character whatsoever. Like I have no
She-Hulk chair.
I mean, how many of these, like, to be honest with you, I didn't give a fuck about Marvel Comics until the movies started. Like, I mean, I like Spider-Man, I like the X-Men, and I like the Fantastic Four, and that's about all it ever was. Like, I didn't give a fuck about Iron Man. I've never read an Iron Man comic book before that. Like, I liked the idea of Daredevil, but I never, like, I just knew he was like Batman. That's all I thought about, right? It's just not like for me. Justice League was something I grew up with that stuff, and like these movies made me care about these characters. But like also I realized like who gives a fuck, dude? Like it's not a big deal. Like not everything is about like what we're gonna like and what's for us, and it's not all gonna be perfect. It's just fun. Like I'd rather live in the space of like, hey, it's fun that we get all this shit. And some of it sucks, some of it's great, and that's awesome. I'm gonna keep watching, rather than just be angry because I don't know somebody's fucking.
It's a solid time to be a nerd, no matter what.
I agree. And then you have things like The Boys, right? Which is just
the best. It's the best fucking comic book anything ever.
It's the best. The best.
It's the best. This season
So
was the
good.
best season. Like it's fucking so good.
It just gets better. Like I expect with every inch of myself that next season will be better than this one. Like I just, it's fucking so good. I agree. Yeah. I'll say we're good, and we'll push from here. But it was fun to do this again, boys.
Dude looks like a lady.
And,
what are we reading?
that,
What are you gonna read? You're gonna read
all
something?
right, so put together some.
I'll send
like,
some
what-
shit that I want to read. We're gonna make
There you
another
go.
list. Is that what we're doing?
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We need to get together